Hello everyone, welcome back to Lesson Up with Sugandha. So today we are going to learn about digestion in human beings. This is also a topic included in chapter number 6, Life Processes of class 10th, right? So basically digestion hai kya and what all things do we see, the different organs, the mouth, the salivary glands, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, liver, small intestine, large intestine, a lot of things, right? So we'll be covering everything in detail, all the enzymes that act upon in each and every part of the body, and how does digestion actually happens in human beings. So right, let us begin. On the screen you are able to see the diagram of a human being with different parts labeled for digestion, right? So this is just an overview. We are going to deep dive in a little while. So the first portion that we see here is the mouth, right? Now mouth itself has a lot of parts. It has a palate, it has a uvula, it has a tongue and teeth. Tongue is basically forming the basis of our mouth and also is providing the digestion a little hand in mixing the food with saliva so that the first step of digestion can happen in our mouth, right? Moving from here, we have the pharynx. So this pharynx actually is basically a passage and a common passage to basically the nose and the mouth. The buccal cavity and the nasal cavity has a common passage which is called the pharynx. Inside the mouth itself, we also have special glands called the salivary glands, right? These salivary glands play a very important role and also cater to the first step of digestion, and to be precise, कार्बोहाइड्रेट डाइजेशन. कार्बोहाइड्रेट का डाइजेशन सबसे पहले हमारे माउथ के अंदर होता है बिकॉज ऑफ द सलाइवरी ग्लैंड्स. वील सी कि इसके अंदर से क्या सिक्रीशन है, क्या एंजाइम रिलीज हो रहा है, उसका क्या एक्शन है एक्चुअली, वील सी इन जस्ट अ वाइल. So after pharynx, we have the esophagus. Ab esophagus is actually a long tubular pipe. लंबी pipe है. This allows the food to enter into the stomach. Now understand one thing, this esophagus is not just a slender rigid tube. सीधी सीधी एक ट्यूब नहीं है. This one has got a very muscular structure, or the food that is entering from the pharynx or from the mouth in and passes through this esophagus into the stomach has to go through muscular movements of the esophagus, and the esophagus actually brings about a wavy motion so that the food can still be crushed a little more whatsoever amount, थोड़ा सा और crush करने की amount allow करता है esophagus, and that kind of movement is called as peristaltic movement. So basically esophagus के जितने मसल्स हैं, जो सारा का सारा मस्कुलर है, कोई बोन्स तो है नहीं उसमें, तो ईसोफेगस के जो मसल्स हैं दे कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिलीज, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट रिलैक्स. इसकी वजह से जितना भी फूड है वो थोड़ा सा और मिक्सअप और चर्न हो जाता है, एंड द फूड doesn't just drop down from mouth into the stomach. It goes through a rhythmic movement of peristaltic motion so that the food can reach softly and easily into the stomach. Because why? Stomach has got acid, as we all know. It secretes acid. If there's a drop from the mouth into the stomach, the acid is going to cause problems to the internal portion of the stomach. So वो acid के attack को रोकने के लिए from the inside, the rhythmic movement has to be happening inside the esophagus, right? So after the esophagus, we move on to the stomach part. Now stomach अपने आप में काफी organized structure है. It has a lot of secretions of its own, plus it is receiving secretions from the liver and the pancreas. So stomach अपना secretion कर रहा है, अपने सारे enzymes release कर रहा है, बहुत सारे चीजें release कर रहा है, we'll see. And also it receives secretion from liver and pancreas. Stomach basically is actual site जहाँ पे food का digestion हो रहा है. A lot of things are getting broken down into simpler substances. So उन सारी चीज़ों को cater करने के लिए वो अकेले काम नहीं करता है. It takes help from liver, it takes its secretion, and also takes help from pancreas, right? And we'll see कि gall bladder का क्या काम है. So basically liver के अंदर जितना भी juice produce होता है, that's called bile juice. We'll see that बाइल जूस जब तक वो यूज अप नहीं होता है, दैट गेट्स स्टोर्ड इनटू द गॉल ब्लैडर, right? And this is a common bile duct, the green one that you see here. So basically whatever bile juice has been produced, that goes through this bile duct into the stomach, right? And pancreas are present over here. So pancreas and bile juice actually mix up here and then enter into the stomach. Okay, and here we see the bile pancreatic duct as well. After the stomach, the food actually enters into the small intestine, right? This is a highly coiled small intestine structure which has different parts: duodenum, jejunum, ileum. These are different sections which basically again help in much more absorption, and also helps in the digested food or the smaller particles to get into the bloodstream. So जितना भी water का absorption है यहाँ पे होता है, plus the passage from the digestive system into the blood vessels, वो process actually यहाँ पे small intestine के through होता है. And after the small intestine, the leftover food or the semi-digested undigested part enters into this greeny structure which is the large intestine. So this has basically the parts that I'm going to focus here is the colon and the rectum, right? These two parts are again what these are again helping in much more absorption, or any absorption which is still left, or any nutrients absorption which is still left, plus the water content. It also helps in providing little bit of mucus so that the passage of the wasted food becomes a little easier. It's not that hard. So mucus basically provide करता है so that the entire waste material doesn't get stuck up there, and just to let it flow out easily, the large intestine has got mucus provisions, right? And lastly we have appendix. We do not really have a lot of function here. If this one goes stale, the bacteria starts reproducing here. Bacteria बहुत सारे बनने लग जाते हैं and then cause a lot of pain. Some people there has to be a process that needs to be done. Appendix removal का process करते हैं. And lastly, once the food has been completely digested, absorption has happened, जितना भी waste produce होगा वो सारा का सारा store करके then it has to be thrown out. Storing का part भी rectum करेगा. This part stores, and then as the need be, the anus needs to throw everything out, right? So this was the entire digestive system's overview. And also just to mention that the entire canal from mouth till the anus, including everything, the esophagus, the stomach, liver, pancreas, large intestine, small intestine, rectum, colon, anus, everything, all of this is called the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal. So it includes all these glands and all these organs that we've just discussed. Okay. So now moving on to a mind map which is discussing about the digestion in human beings. The alimentary canal is one part which we've just seen all the organs that I'm just going to discuss over here. And the digestive glands, all those secretions, where are they coming from, what all different parts are responsible, we'll just see. So first we'll talk about the alimentary canal. This alimentary canal is composed of these 6 organs basically: the mouth, the pharynx, the esophagus, the stomach, small intestine and large intestine. We've just talked about them. I want to really focus here upon digestive glands. अब ये digestive glands actually कर क्या रही हैं? So digestive glands, if I want to talk about, there are 4 important digestive glands जिनका major function है, जिनके सारे secretions पे हम अभी focus करने वाले हैं. So salivary glands mouth में present है, right? इनका क्या secretion है? Saliva. Gastric glands का secretion, gastric juice. Liver secrete bile juice, and pancreas secrete pancreatic juice. So if asked what are the glands taking part in digestive system, you're going to say salivary glands, gastric glands, liver and pancreas. The gastric glands are actually the one in the stomach. Okay, so we'll see each and every one in proper detail here. Okay, so first we'll talk about saliva, starting from the mouth. Saliva basically water, salts और mucin को secrete करने का काम करता है, right? Water basically I would say it provides a liquidy medium and also secretes some salts and mucin. Besides that, जो major enzyme production कर रहा है saliva, that is the ptyalin, which has the enzyme called salivary amylase. So this salivary amylase performs the first digestion in the mouth itself. Carbohydrate का digestion करता है, that is starch and glycogen को ये maltose में convert करेगा. Complex carbohydrate को simpler form में break down करेगा. Right, so maltose can always go down the esophagus, and whenever it reaches the small intestine it can get digested. उसको further digestion इतना करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So carbohydrate का major digestion हमारे mouth itself के अंदर हो जाता है. Rest everything, protein, lipids, everything that needs to be digested yet. And so it moves on to the next part, which is the stomach part, where the gastric glands take part. Right, they have a major role to play here. Gastric glands stomach में है. They secrete the gastric juice. अब gastric juice क्या चीज़ है? It is basically composed of three things. The enzyme pepsin is actually secreted here. Pepsin का काम क्या है? प्रोटीन को पेप्टोन में कन्वर्ट करना. जितने भी प्रोटीन्स होंगे उसको पेप्सिन ब्रेक डाउन कर देगा इनटू पेप्टोन्स, which is a very simpler form ready to be absorbed into the body. Next is HCl. Now HCl is a supporting actor to let pepsin become the hero. So HCl provides acidic medium for pepsin to act. HCl पेप्सिन को एक्टिवेट करने का काम करता है. वो पेप्सिन कैन एक्ट ओनली इन एसिडिक मीडियम, सो HCl वो मीडियम प्रोवाइड करता है. नाउ HCl वी ऑल नो इज क्वाइट एसिडिक एंड इट्स स्ट्रॉन्ग, सो पेप्सिन को तो हेल्प मिल रही है. बट व्हाट अबाउट द स्टमक इनर लाइनिंग? द इनर लाइनिंग ऑफ द स्टमक माइट जस्ट गेट हैम्पर्ड. टू प्रिवेंट दैट, we've been gifted with the secretion of mucus. So what mucus does actually is protects the inner lining of stomach from HCl. So all these three things are absolutely interconnected. The major hero is pepsin here. Pepsin needs to convert the protein into peptones. This pepsin needs an acidic medium, which is provided by HCl. To prevent the stomach from its acidic behavior, mucus is there so that the HCl cannot harm the inner lining of the stomach. Right, so this was about the gastric glands and the gastric juice. Next we talked about liver. So liver actually secretes bile juice, which I told earlier that bile juice before it is being called up for help, this gets stored into the gallbladder. And we must have heard about the case कि gallbladder कई लोगों में निकालना पड़ा है. There are stones in the gallbladder. What is that? So gallbladder के अंदर अगर bile juice पड़ा रह जाता है, just is lying there, not much of digestion has been happening, not much of bile juice has been used up, so that gets converted into solid parts, right? It turns into stones for us, so that starts aching, and that's why we need to remove gallbladder in some people, not in everyone, but in some people when it starts aching. Okay, so liver secretion is called bile juice, right? Bile juice actually doesn't really have any enzymes, it just has salts, and these salts itself will be responsible for emulsification of fats. Fats को छोटे globules में break down करने का काम, emulsify करने का काम liver के bile juice का है, right? It doesn't have really any enzymes, but just the salts. These salts are responsible for emulsification of fats. Talking about the next gland, or the last gland, which is responsible in taking part in digestive system, are the pancreas. These pancreas secrete pancreatic juice, right? And also it's a very important gland. This has two roles to play. One is the endocrine part and the exocrine part. The endocrine part is basically responsible for releasing two hormones, glucagon and insulin. These two hormones really do not have any role to play in digestion. कोई रोल नहीं है, ऑलमोस्ट हार्मोन्स का कोई काम नहीं है, बट इट डज दैट फंक्शन. सो पैनक्रियास का एक फंक्शन एंडोक्राइन भी है जो हार्मोन रिलीज करेगा. बट लुकिंग एट द एक्सोक्राइन पार्ट ऑफ द पैनक्रियास, दिस एक्सोक्राइन ग्लैंड पैनक्रियास बेसिकली दो चीजें रिलीज करेगा विच हेल्प इन डाइजेशन. वन इज द सोडियम बाइकार्बोनेट रिलीज करेगा, एंड द अदर आर डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम्स. सो डाइजेस्टिव एंजाइम्स क्या कर रहे हैं? दे आर रिलीजिंग three digestive enzymes. First is the amylase. Amylase starch breakdown करेगा, lipase lipids breakdown करेगा, and trypsin protein digestion करेगा. So we need to learn what are the three important digestive enzymes produced by the pancreas. First is amylase, which helps in starch breakdown, lipase, lipids breakdown, and trypsin, protein digestion. And looking at the other part of the exocrine gland, which is sodium bicarbonate, it makes the medium alkaline for pancreatic enzymes to function, again similar to what HCl is doing for pepsin, right? So all these digestive enzymes can function in alkaline medium. So remember, in the stomach HCl was there. HCl makes the entire medium acidic. These enzymes cannot actually function in an acidic medium. So for the pancreatic enzymes to function, the medium has to be alkaline. That alkalinity is provided by the bicarbonate. So this sodium bicarbonate is actually making the medium from acidic to alkaline so that the pancreatic enzymes can function, right? So basically, once the HCl has done its part, pepsin has acted, HCl is done, the pancreatic juice has been called up, wherein the sodium bicarbonate enters into the stomach, and that sodium bicarbonate converts the medium that is acidic there into alkaline. And after the medium is alkaline, these enzymes, these digestive enzymes that we just talked about, which are amylase, lipase, and trypsin, now get activated and does so many functions of breaking down starch, lipids, and proteins, right? Protein का digestion हमें we going to see in a lot of different places that is happening. So this was all about pancreas, which is quite important. All right. So now let us look at the diagram again, and let us understand, have we really got down to understanding digestion or not. So in the mouth itself, the first part that I'm going to talk about is the dental structure. So we have incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. I've written a short formula here. So incisors in every jaw, these are numerics for every jaw, the two jaws, right? 2 by 2, 2 on in the upper jaw and 2 in the lower jaw. Canines, 1 pair and 1 pair. Premolars, 2 pair and 2 pair. And molars, 3 pair and 3 pair. That is how the dental structure is in our mouth, right? You can just learn it by the simple calculation formula here. Alright, so we know what is happening in the mouth actually, and what are the salivary glands doing. It's secreting salivary amylase, ptyalin, and doing the first digestion process here. Carbohydrates breakdown is happening here. Next we have the pharynx. We know it's a common passage for nose and mouth. Then we have the esophagus, which is doing the peristaltic motion so that the food can pass down into the stomach in a rhythmic pattern. The food now enters into the stomach, where it faces three different juices from three areas. One is the gastric juice, which is secreted here, which is releasing what all? HCl, mucus, and pepsin, right? And also receive secretions from liver, the bile juice that it gets it, and the secretion from pancreas, the pancreatic juice. Okay, so a lot of digestion is happening here. After the food has been digested here, it moves on to the small intestine, which is a highly coiled structure and is much more larger than the large intestine. It's just because it is coiled in a highly coiled manner, it is placed there. It's much more longer, as we can really imagine here. So small intestine basically is the one which is actually going to absorb the materials, the digested food, and then pass it on into the bloodstream. How does it do that? So here is a surface view of small intestine. So all these tubular structures that you're seeing, these are what? These are villi. These villi are actually the ones which increase the surface area of small intestine, thereby allowing maximum absorption, right? So if the surface would just have been a plain structure, the absorption would have happened definitely. But since now the structure has these kind of aberrations, what is actually helping here is the absorption increases, because although it is just taking this much of area, but we've been provided with some extra space for absorption to happen, right? So all these villi are increasing the surface area for maximum absorption to happen. And now if I want to look at a closer view of actually what each every villi is doing. So this is the thin surface layer. Villi are not very thick walled, obviously, because it has to take up the digested food and pass it into the bloodstream. So after the thin layer, we have the capillary that has been placed there. The food once enters, or the digested particle that enters directly into the capillary and hence goes into the blood vessels. Right? This is a structure for support of the villi, and the thin surface allows the materials to enter easily. Right? So anything that you eat that gets broken down into smaller particle that has been digested goes into the bloodstream here. So good or bad, everything goes into the bloodstream from here. Whatever you are eating enters here, right? Okay. And lastly, we see the large intestine. After the small intestine, the food actually enters into the large intestine. Also, the small intestine, besides absorption, also does the part of absorbing a lot of water from here, and very little amount of digestion would be left that needs to be done by large intestine. So now large intestine has colon and rectum basically. The large intestine does the last or the leftover part of digestion, which is just the water which is left to be digested, and plus it is also releasing mucus. As we discussed earlier, it releases mucus so that the waste material that needs to be stored there or needs to pass out of the body can pass out smoothly. Before the waste material needs to be moved out, it gets stored into the rectum, right? The rectum is here, and after the rectum has been storing it, it needs to pass out through the anus. So this was all about the digestive system. Hope you liked the video. Do mention any comments or suggestions in the comment section below, and please do like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so that you get the latest updates whenever I upload any video. Right? Thanks for watching.